thing. There's the horse. Isn't she pretty? Hi,
Hello.
baby.
What's up, Opie? Hi, buddy. Hey, what are you doing?
Look at that beautiful horse.
What are you doing, Papa?
Sorry, I'm trying not to make it shaky for you. Look at all that. Oh, sorry, I'm making it shaky because I gotta hold this up. There, that's a little more steady. Look at all that. And the sunshine's so completely gorgeous. Like, you can see, I can't see anything. Look at this full piece of farming equipment. They're baling hay right now. Hi guys, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Saturday the 11th. And today, the mutable grand cross ends. And I think energy in general just starts to lighten up a little bit for you guys. So let's talk a little bit about what it's like to have this grand cross end, or it breaks up energetically. It's not like it completely dissolves and it just goes its separate ways and we lose all those squares. The squares and oppositions are still there, but some of that, the aspect, that particular type of intense energy starts to loosen up its hold on us. It's not quite as extreme. I think it starts to clarify some of the confusion when the energy kind of moves away from this 9-degree orb that it currently was in. Remember how it started to build and then it got really tight on the 4th, and then after the 4th it just kind of like eventually kind of like broke up a little bit for us as of the 11th. So Uranus energy is less extreme, and there is a feeling of release today, not only from the extremes of Uranus, but also what breaks up in this energy is just we start to kind of pull apart some of this mutable squares energy. Some of you are going to find a great deal of emotional relief, and you can concentrate on the daily routines. This is about getting caught up. We're not being pulled in extremes where we're being overreactive to our situation and we have literally almost no control over. It's like we start to get a hold of it. There is a possibility to get a great deal done if you embrace the feminine energy. Remember, masculine energy is in retrograde. Mars is still in retrograde in this energy. And so what it can mean is that our stamina it's still a little low. And I think we're overwhelmed, exhausted. Our ability to endure situations, I think, is pretty hardcore. I think we feel a bit intense, and I'm glad that all of that energy starts to release us a little bit. Masculine energy is still in that retrograde cycle, so the extremes are not a high priority. Like, what you really want to do is relax and recuperate, recharge a little bit in this energy, and, just kind of get back to normal. Today, many of you need a time out. Absolutely. That started yesterday and is continuing into today. Some of you may want to avoid socializing because you're kind of sick of the extremes in energy. Some of you are looking for a situation that is going to be a little bit more realistically validating. I don't think that the extremes are going to be they won't have the pull that they once did with you. I think Jupiter in Virgo conjunct with the North Node is going to expand the details and the need to set up positive routines that will produce a long-term result. Remember, guys, that what needs to expand is the details in this energy. So much was thrown at you at such a short period of time, and it was just really quick, and it was really drastic, and it was really erratic, and it was just a lot of input. And so I think we need to expand on the details. We need to take a look at everything. We need to recategorize everything. Everything needs to really be dialed back, I think, in this energy. I think it's a time that you need to set up some powerful routines. I think it's time that you learn balance. So we've had a very extreme period. And so now what could be become very relevant to us is that, we don't really prefer those extremes. And so what can we do to maintain some sense of stability? See, we were influenced to set up stability, right? And to take a look at consistency and longevity. And I think initially what comes out of that is we kind of like that we get some sort of routine down in our situation. We start to take a look at things realistically. We start to take a look at structure and dependability. And then it kind of broke up, and then it went to extreme. And so you got to see what it was like to not have structure or not have some sort of consistent source in your life. And that then validates some of the need for us to kind of take a look at everything again and say, okay, this is where we need to improve. Again, there is a negative vibration to this energy, as there are in every single day. And Jupiter and the North Node are going to square off with the Sun and Venus and Saturn and going to oppose Neptune. The details are going to be very important. For those of you not interested in the details, I think that Jupiter is going to expand those details that you are intentionally avoiding or ignoring, or the ones that you want to stay stuck, because if you acknowledge these situations, if you validate them, then that means you've got to change them, and there is a great deal of realism that you will be faced with. Now, again, avoiding the details doesn't make the details go away. In fact, in this energy, Jupiter is going to expand them so that it points you in the direction of saying, you've got to take a look at these details. They're very important in your life. Inconsistent behavior and extremes will cause Jupiter to expand those areas, and it will become a malefic energy. Jupiter is a benefic energy. But understand that if you are not in a good place in your life, if you are not in a benefic place in your life where you're looking at opportunity and expansion and growth, if you are wanting to stay stuck in routines and rituals and habits that no longer serve you, Jupiter is going to expand where you're at. So if where you're at is not a good place, it's going to expand that situation. If where you are at is in an opportunistic mindset, it's going to expand opportunity and growth, and it's going to expand the ability to solve some of the details that have been plaguing your life. This will inspire you to acknowledge the extremes and see if you can find a way to move from those extremes. Move away from those extremes. So this is about revitalizing you, restoring you, putting you in good health, good mental health, good physical health. If some of you really are determined to change your life and change your life for the best, then I promise you there is the opportunity in this energy to start feeling some growth and to start feeling like you can handle the details. You can look at the details and you can compartmentalize the details. You can prioritize the details. All of that is possible in this energy, because remember, what Jupiter wants to do is create expansion in your life. And what Saturn wants to do is cause you to grow in this energy. Saturn in this energy is still caught in this difficult conversation with Jupiter. And so Saturn is saying, either get control of it or I will. We'll do it the opportunistic way, the benefic way, or we're going to do it Saturn's way, which I'm going to take control of it. I'm going to show you what detail that you are not taking a look at. I want you to acknowledge why you're not dealing with it, because if you don't, I'm going to make sure that you do. Saturn is very no nonsense. It's wisdom, but it's control, but it's also authority. It's a very authoritative energy. So this energy is it's kind of like when you were a kid and you had that parent that told you what to do. And when you're a kid, you're like, I just want to go do it because it just makes me feel good. But the wisdom of the parent is saying, you do that. I actually did that when I was younger, and I got my butt handed to me. And so there's a couple ways you can go. You can take a look at the details, and you can take a look at your life, and you could do something positive with it, or you can continue that hamster on the wheel, but then Saturn's going to step in, and it's the lesson's going to be a whole lot tougher. Anyhow, guys, you know, I'm really feeling positive about what's coming forward. Tomorrow we actually have the first quarter of the moon, and the first quarter of the moon is a significant cycle. We plant seeds at the new moon, and then when we get to the first quarter of the moon, it's decision-making time. We're taking a look at our crops. So we planted our seed, or taking a look at our crop, and it's like, well, is it wilting? Is it growing? Is it abundant? Did I amend the soil? Did I water the soil? Did I give it all it needed to grow effectively? Is it getting the right amount of water? So you have been taking a look at that seed that you planted at the new moon, and you're seeing if it's growing, if it's giving you a positive result. And so we're leading up to that energy. And tomorrow we also have Mercury go into Gemini. I feel like energy is getting better. I feel that when Mercury goes into Gemini, that's its authentic energy. It's its home energy. So it feels good. Information, you're going to be able to take a look at all these different areas and flip from idea to idea, and it's very adaptable energy. So I think our thoughts are going to be a little bit more adaptable. We're not so fixed as when we were in Taurus. We're not so sensitive about some of the decisions that we have to make, or some of the information that's coming in. So tomorrow is a good day, and you know, all of this energy is breaking up around that time to kind of, we'll still have the ability to flip in extremes, but I don't think that personally we'll be as extreme. We'll be adaptable to the extremes, I think, moving forward. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again tomorrow.